Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the podcast where we talked about every single item. Take that, fuckers! I'm William Hughes, and I'm joined as always by okay, Gary. That does have that. That's how I start my streams.
Oh, nice.
Is I start with "Hey there, fuckers," and then apologize for it for like the next minute.
This makes it sound like I've never seen your streams, but I have. I just pop in. I just didn't watch the beginning.
Yeah, it's a relatively new thing. It's mostly the Zelda streams.
Yeah.
Which Gary won't watch for spoiler reasons.
Yeah. You'll be happy to know that in the dispatch that me and Cole are recording on Wednesday, somebody is yelling at me about not watching your streams for that.
Okay.
So not only does Guppy infect everything around it, it affects listeners and gets there as well.
Yeah, Guppy is a stink that pervades.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the kind of thing that washes off.
It
Guppy.
really doesn't. Speaking of, Gary, you're the beans.
Love a bean. Love the humble legume.
Mm-hmm. I love Mr. Bean.
Oh, that lovable idiot.
Yeah, that lovable every joke must have a victim idiot.
Yeah, he's real stupid.
Oh my god, what if Bean and Blackadder were in a thing together?
Oh, how transphobic. Amazingly, I wonder, yeah. Who's the American equivalent of Mr. Bean?
Oh, Monica from Friends.
Mrs. Bean.
Yeah. The joke there, Gary, is that both characters at one point ended up with a turkey on their head, a raw turkey on their head.
Oh. Okay, that's a deep pull. No.
On which side do you think? The Friends side or the Bean side?
I was thinking the Friends side. It's like one specific, and just the thing that they have in common is pretty specific in that scenario.
Yeah, you know what? They talk about Mr. Bean a lot on Mabim Bam, and I listen to old Mabim Bams instead of experiencing new media. So I might be in the wheelhouse for that.
God, I would hate to have a raw turkey on my head.
Gary, I think the smell would be bad. I think you'd have salmonella in your hair.
Yep. And how do you breathe?
Oh,
and
snorkel.
If you breathe,
asshole snorkel.
Did they have asshole snorkels?
No.
Oh.
And that's how
You're just building a better
died.
mousetrap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she still alive? No. Monica dead.
Monica dead. Chandler
Monica
sad.
Dead. Mr. Bean triumphant. Mr. Bean dance on grave.
Gary, Mr. Bean dance on grave. Monica dead. Chandler's so sad. Joey hungry.
Good funeral.
Joey eat turkey.
Yeah, smelly cat.
Sad. Cat smell. Cat smell. Joey hungry.
Cat smell.
Bean
couch
dance.
Coffee. Bean dance. How doing?
Harry Anderson magic trick.
Moist maid.
Frasier smart.
Frasier smart. Niles
smarter.
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 Dad smartest.
Street smart.
Wisest.
Daphne.
Dog little.
Dog little.
Norm fat.
Norm.
Fat. Woody dumb.
Cliff dumb.
Cliff dumb. Woody dumb. Coach dumb.
Coach dead.
Dauber dumb. Coach dead.
Dauber
dumb.
dead. Patrick dumb. Tom Cullen dumb. Patrick Fagerbacky dumb.
Dumb.
Not Patrick. What's his fucking name? Dan. No, what? God damn it.
We lost it.
I fucking killed it by not remembering the first name of what's it? I winged it.
You winged it.
Roy Heavy.
Roy is heavy.
Lowell?
Lowell?
Smart.
Wise?
Wise.
Yeah. Wise. Kind of a stereotype. A little stereotype of the magic janitor.
Mr. Bean, dance on grave.
Mr. Bean dance on all grave.
Mr. Bean dance on all grave.
Yeah. Do you think that eventually Mr. Bean will be desperate enough for money that he'll dance on graves on a cameo?
Oh, he's got that Netflix money.
You think what money? The transphobia money? I just assume as a British comedian, I don't.
I think he's second tier transphobia, where he hasn't said anything. I think explicitly transphobic. He's just been like, "Oh, you're not allowed to say transphobic things."
Yeah. He's a junior member of the league. Boy, we're talking about beans today.
We sure. Gary, I actually love this challenge. So
yeah, this is great. This is really interesting.
Needs one tweak. Needs one tweak that they should just hard code into it.
lay out the challenge and the tweak.
Yeah. So this is the poop and fart based challenge.
Finally, a poop and fart based Isaac thing.
The idea of this one is, first off, you're blindfolded. I like the blindfolded challenges a lot. I think they make you do fun stuff.
Yeah, I don't like the cat's got your tongue one, but I generally do think they're interesting.
So this gives you the bean and the black bean, so you can both actively fart, and you fart on what? Touch? Black beans fart on touch, right? Or vice versa.
Black bean do fart on contact.
You have butt bombs, which, if you don't remember, are bombs that do damage to everything on the screen and leave behind a poison cloud.
Oh, no, they leave a confusion. It's not a poison cloud. They don't do damage over time. They leave everyone disoriented.
And then you have pyro, so you have 99 bombs.
Yep.
But you are blindfolded. And the 9 volts, so that you can use the bean more often.
Will recharge. Every 15 seconds, you get to use the bean. But you can't cry.
You can't cry. So your range options are really limited here.
Yes. The idea here is being very conservative with your bombs, or very like canny with your bomb use.
Mm-hmm.
You start with 99 and you only have to get to mom, but 99 is not enough.
Yeah.
To get through the whole thing. So knowing when to use bombs and when to use the bean, and how to prioritize like getting more bombs or other forms of damage.
It's a very thoughtful fart and poop challenge.
Yeah, agreed.
And the tweak is that they should just take Brownie out of the boss pool for this, because there is a boss in this game called Brownie that is immune to all of the damage you can do in this run.
Yes. Not only is he immune, but the butt bombs will heal him.
Yeah.
So even if you do get, you can still do it. Like, let's say you picked up like Shoop Da Whoop or something. You can still beat him slowly. No, 9 volt. You can only use that once per room. If you picked it up with the other charging item.
Yeah.
There's technical edge cases to get around it. But
if you had Chaos Card.
Yes. Yeah, they're edge cases. But yeah, they should definitely hard code him out. He was added after the challenge.
Yeah.
He's a DLC boss. So I kind of get why they haven't gone back to do that yet, but they still should. The other thing I would say, if there are rooms that you can run into in this challenge where if you are out of bombs or very low on bombs, you either will put yourself in an out of bomb situation to get enemies that are across gaps and stuff. Isaac has a really weird mechanic that doesn't come up very often, where if you don't kill enemies for long enough in a room, the door does open.
Yeah.
And that is so if you literally can't hit an enemy, you don't get hard locked. It just takes fucking forever.
There's also, for most rooms, you can also bomb your way out of them.
Yes. So you can always spend 1 bomb to get through it, if you can. Yeah, this is really good and clever. It would break if you had to go further than you have to go.
Absolutely.
And the HP pools get too dumb.
Yeah, but see my comments from last week about really enjoying the way the challenges can force you to think about Isaac in new ways.
Yeah. I love how this one, even though it's against like the quote unquote, the theming of the challenge, I don't think it's against the spirit of it, if you get a different active item that does this, like getting this with Tammy's head or something is really cool, or Guppy's head. Like it makes you value items differently.
Yeah, you don't get treasure rooms in this. You're going to have to pull those out of either the shop or the secret room. But
yeah. Luckily, they're fairly common there. Same thing with the candle items, which I've always been a fan of, and are really good in this challenge because they'll charge really fast.
Yeah, strong. This is a circumstance where I would say candle items are good, where I normally do not like them.
Yeah,
but this is a strong concept that doesn't wear out its welcome. You get the burnt penny from this, which is also a perfectly good trinket.
Yeah, great trinket. This is the great challenge. So far, is this the most the best challenge we've run into overall? In terms of balance, reward, concept,
gosh,
interest.
There's more fun ones. There's ones that are just pure. I think
we got slow roll coming up. This thing, which I like that challenge a lot.
I think I like Suicide King more than this.
Okay.
As kind of that one, I think is balanced in interesting ways, and it's just fucking fun.
Yeah. This is a little bit more heady.
Yeah.
I think I maybe agree that one's a little bit more fun. I think this one's a little bit more cohesive and causes you to think a little bit more.
From a design point of view, yeah.
Yes.
Like, because it's a very stupid idea that they've built something genuinely intelligent out of. Everything to Guppy. Hey,
I know.
fuckers.
Hey, fuckers.
Hey.
I like that voice. It's kind of like the DJ from Deathloop.
It is. It predates him. That's one that kind of kicks around in my head sometimes. I've told you before, when I'm driving around on my own, I'll just do character work.
You do some character work. Do a little crowd work with the crowd.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Bob Kokomo, on the 10s and 2s. Hey, I've been divorced in every state of the union, and I still come back for more.
Including DC?
And
Puerto Rico.
You can't get divorced in Puerto Rico. It's a weird quirk in the laws. That's why I don't go to Puerto Rico. Sorry, Marina.
I love being on the 10s and 2s because it's drive time radio. Yeah. But it's just about safe driving. It's drive time.
It's drive time. I know that you've got a big hamburger in your passenger seat where a wife could be, but keep your hands on the wheel.
Yeah, and keep your hands on my wife.
Whoa, I'm a cock. That's why I get married so much.
I'm cheating on all my wives.
That's not what a cuck is.
Yeah, that's a reverse cuck. Inside out cuck.
It's
backwards. It's pronounced cuck.
I'm not a permanent philanderer. I'm a cuck, but backwards.
Yeah, I'm an inside out backwards cuck.
Yeah. You remember that Nickelodeon cartoon, Inside Out Cuck?
Yeah, that was.
He went over the sex swing.
Gave me nightmares. It was very good.
I was happy with it.
Good joke. Well done, Will. On that note.
Thanks, Dad.
If you like this show, go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv and give $1. And then also go to ratings, reviews on Apple Podcasts or Podcast Addict and give review and give rating.
I'm switching over to the Apple Podcast ones, which means I'm reading from the top because I can't be bothered to go down. This one from Edmund McM. Title, Wow, the Teamwork. Text, great show that cannot be considered elder abuse for now. 5 stars.
I like how much that applies to like a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's very good. Giddy up, sexy.
Giddy up, sexy. We have not explained the context for that. It's just a thing we said in the green room.
Yeah, it just sounds catchy. I love it.
Yeah.
Giddy up, sexy. It's hot. Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the Binding of Isaac podcast that talks about all the challenges in the Binding of Isaac series of video games. My name is Gary Butterfield, and with me as always is a man who take the card, and then he charged the card, and then he throw the card. It's Will Hughes.
It's Gambit. Everybody Gambit showed up for Guppy.
Hey. Gambit never left from Guppy.
Oh,
him just hang out quiet in corner.
Yeah.
Him not have bus fare. Him not know how to leave.
We talked about the fare for the bus. I always assumed it was 2 gold coins on the eyes.
Everybody rich who come on this show except for Gambit.
Gambit do you not have a lot of money?
No, Gambit it broke. Gambit lose a lot of money from emails to ask him for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gambit's very generous, right?
Gambit was trying to get rich. And email come and tell Gambit how to get rich and rich in penis. So Gambit give them the money. But Gambit penis only get a little bigger.
Oh, how much bigger?
It get bigger by half inch, perhaps 1 inch, depending on shower.
She's not even going to feel that, man.
But Gambit feel it. And she feel everybody feel it when you go down the back of the bayou.
Is that an anal sex reference?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gambit do it every way.
All right. Gambit, I don't have bus fare for you. Do you want to...
Gambit can just go back to the corner and watch.
Yeah, Gambit, famously restrained and quiet.
Well, Gambit is thinking about girl.
Oh, just
Gambit, think
girl?
about Leandra, actually. Do not tell the professor name of Xavier.
Oh, fuck.
I want to know whether she got the feathers on the pussy hair.
Well, I think she has I think canonically she has a cloaca.
What that?
Oh, Gambit. So, in birds, they don't have a urethra and an anus. They just have one opening, from which they produce a mixture of waste materials called urea, and it's also how they have. It's also how they have intercourse.
Gambit could have front and back sex at the same time.
Yeah, you could be on both sides. You could be on both sides. You could be on both sides of the bayou, buddy.
I could entirely circumvent the bayou.
you could, Gambit. If you fuck this alien bird woman, you could circumvent the bayou.
Gambit gotta go.
Oh.
Gambit must investigate. Starjammers, take Gambit.
Starjammers take Gambit. Joey hungry.
Sailor's delight.
Bean dances.
Starjammers take Gambit. Sailor's delight. Gambit takes Starjammers. Sailors take warning. Bye, Gambit. We are talking about It's in the Cards.
Yeah. This is nothing, kind of.
This is one of the less imaginative challenges, I think. If I try to be generous to it, it's like, hey, if you don't think cards are good, they can be pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, as best it could be.
Yeah. So, no treasure rooms, which is the main demerit here, but you've got the 9-volt, the battery, the deck of cards, and the starter deck. So you're not getting any pills. You're just getting a lot of cards.
Yep. And you can have 2 of them at once. And that's it. That's the game.
You start with 2 cards.
Yep. And depending on the cards, these can be really good. Obviously, the Joker card is the one you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Here, because you can go get a devil deal item and then pretend like you don't have the challenge, which is always the least interesting challenges, like the ones you just circumvent as soon as you can.
Yep.
But you only have to get to Mom, which you can do.
And then the reward is nice. It's that game we don't talk about, Superfan.
Yeah. And all stats up. A weak all stats up, but it's still all stats.
Yeah.
So pretty good. Pretty good. Interesting. I love that this is this is a base game challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's before Runes came about, which they decided to take the same place, as cards. I find that pretty interesting because it would be a very different challenge, and there's not the rune equivalent. I think this shows how the challenge thinking has evolved, and how the game has evolved with that. And reverse tarot cards would also make this really interesting, which would show up if you unlocked all the reverse ones.
God, the reverse tarot cards are so cool. I'm still slowly unlocking them. But.
Yeah, I don't have all of them either, but I do adore them. That will be a fun season of this show.
But yeah, there's not a lot to say with this one. You get a lot of cards.
Yeah.
Cards are generally, we've talked about this a lot. Pills are, they're a mixed bag. Cards are almost always beneficial.
Yeah. Pills are worse than a mixed bag. Pills are nothing or a minor benefit for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm never unhappy to see a card. Even what's the crappiest card?
Oh,
a Fool? Maybe something that, and even that's got use, but
I think Empress.
Oh, Empress is good.
No, I'm thinking of
High Priestess.
High Priestess, is pretty.
Yeah, the one that drops the foot.
Yeah.
That's a rough one. Even though it can one shot a boss, which is than.
I mean, that's the point. Almost.
They're all pretty good.
Strength, I don't really care about very much.
Strength is great. It's a 1.5 damage multiplier.
Gary, you're asking me to pick the worst out of a fairly good selection of things.
I know. I think it's gotta be the Fool. It's gotta be the Fool, or maybe the Stars. It's gotta be a teleport one. That's gotta be the worst one.
I like the teleport ones because they let you get out of. They let you avoid hits. I do all those fucking Tainted Lost runs and
Oh yeah.
And we're talking the pure. Obviously, the worst card is the fucking rules card. But but if we're talking the original tarots, I like the teleport cards because it lets you avoid curse room damage and stuff.
I like them too. I just don't like them as much as the ones that let you fight bosses better.
Yeah,
there's none of them are that bad though. It's pretty great.
And Gary,
So
that's
the
the two sides of the human animal that we represent.
Yeah, the front and the back.
Mm-hmm.
I got backsies.
Yeah. No, by all means, Gary.
I had a friend.
I'm so
who,
glad.
When I was very young, who once told, I think I may have told you the story before, but once told me like I could see me and you double teaming a girl. Ever tell you about that?
I think it sounds vaguely familiar, but like all of your childhood / teenage dirtbags kind of run together for me.
Yeah.
I did not invoke a show on purpose there, but
yeah. I'm gonna give you a little bit of editing work.
You're just like your general DeKalb scuzz.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a little editing work here because I want you to bleep this out.
Okay.
It was
bleep. Okay.
A weird thing to say to another person.
It is. Like, the more we talk about it, the more I have to listen to and bleep later. So
okay. I'm sorry.
Because I can't just bleep the name. There's still clues.
Yeah, I had to bleep the clues, Mr. Policeman. Mr. Policeman, I bleeped all the clues.
I bleeped all the clues. You'll never find me.
Yeah, Mr. Hole. Mr. Harry Hole.
Gary, good pull on the protagonist of the Snowman.
Yeah, it would be pronounced Hole in his native culture.
You know what? I guess it would.
Yeah. In the original writing of the book, Jessica just immediately just ascended onto my lap just now.
Well, you said her trigger phrase.
I did say Harry Hole. She just loves the Snowman.
Yeah.
Jessica's a big fan. Yeah.
See, go. Okay.
I was just going to outro us, but he got something. You got something, baby.
Gary, I had so little. It was going to be Kermie is a big girl with the dragon tattoo fan.
Oh, I like that. If you like the show, go to patreon.com/
Get a dragon tattoo.
Yeah, become the girl with the dragon tattoo, or the boy, or the themster.
Become Lisbeth Salander.
Yes. And then also leave us a rating reviews on Apple Podcast or Podcast Addict.
Oh no, I somehow forgot I should prep one, even though I've done it every episode for years. What's wrong with me? How about this one from The Rot? This is the podcast ever. Willem Dafoe and Gary Gygax host a podcast about the Binding of Guppy, nay Vegas. This podcast features a cast of colorful characters, intellectual discussions about everything from vasectomies to breaking people's switches, and the kids in the hall. If you want to know what it feels like to watch two bearded men spiral into insanity, this is the podcast for you. In the end, this truly was an everything to Guppy. And then there's an emoji. Oh, it's the TM. Okay.
Oh.
It was dark gray
TM.
print on slightly lighter gray.
No one could blame you for misseeing that.
Gary, if there's one thing that this podcast has taught me, it's that someone can always blame you for everything.
Yeah, it's true. Jessica, this is a tangent, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Sure.
Have you figured, do you trim your cat's nails?
Olivia does.
And
I am too afraid of hurting them.
Okay. We can't really do it. The cats don't really allow it.
Yeah.
And Jessica is a Vorpal cat.
Sure.
Is pretty consistently just digging her claws into us to the degree that we bleed.
Yeah.
So we got to figure something out, but we don't really have a solution. And she only does it when she's very happy.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a tragedy to it.
Oh yeah. She come and make the biscuits?
Yeah. She's just like gripping my stomach. And I was just like, oh, that's deep. Like that feels like that's going to hit an organ. Let me.
Oh yeah. I have a lot of conversations with Cookie about how she's hurting me so very, very badly.
Yeah. Yeah. She just really does it. That's very sweet, but boy, oh boy.
And then I'm like, Olivia, clip their nails, please. I can't stand to make them hurt even for a second because they're my babies.
Yeah, I can't. I can't do that. And it's just like, if it goes wrong, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
It's awful. It feels like they should also, I don't know, evolution should have taken care of this.
Right. Gary, maybe get a little pair of mittens for her.
They should evolve
little pair of knitted mittens for little Jessica.
Yeah.
Oh my
the
God.
little bitty nitty committee.
Oh my God, for her little bitty nitty titties. What?
Yeah.
What?
She's got little titties. She's a mom. I have to blur out her nipples whenever we take pictures of her. She's got those MILF tits.
A lot of editing work this week.
Good night, sexy. Giddy up.
Good night, sexy. Giddy up. Gary, can I real fast get a giddy up, sexy, and Gambit?
Giddy up, sexy.
Ooh, Cowboy Gambit. Oh no, his lasso exploded.
Not again.
They is expensive.
Gambit no know where to buy rope. The general store do close.
Hello and welcome to everything. Sorry. Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the podcast where we talk about every single item, enemy, everything in the Binding of Isaac. It's the slow roll challenge, is why I was doing that. Gary, you're Gary.
No, I got it. I figured it out.
Yeah.
This is a fun one.
Yeah, Gary. It asks the question: what if you were trying to kill an entire dungeon full of monsters with a bowling ball?
One gigantic, big, fat arrow.
Yeah.
A big, beautiful bowling arrow.
It's kind of like you're playing Titan Souls.
It is a little Titan Souls. Weird, except better, except fun.
Yeah, I like the boss designs in Titan Souls. I don't entirely disagree with that assessment, but
I wanted to like Titan Souls a lot more than I did. This is one of the few that does a weird coding thing other than the blindfold. It changes the rules of your thing with your stats. So you start out with Polyphemus, Cupid's arrow, so you have piercing, by reflection, all very good. Your damage is fixed at 100, which you cannot reasonably get to in the game. It is an obscene amount of damage. But your shot speed is fixed at 1 and your tier delay is fixed at 60. So you have one gigantic super shot you can do, and then you have a long refractory period.
Yeah. So every shot needs to count. Like shots will because you've got Polyphemus and Cupid's arrow, shots will pass through enemies and hit all of them,
but not rocks.
Yeah. And if you miss, oh boy, you
gotta dodge for a little bit. Like you're in the defensive zone. If you can get something that gives you the spectral tiers that will go through items, then you're laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no problem. If not, though, you just have to be very careful about choosing your shot to avoid things and get the most enemies in your swath of this, which I think is interesting. I think it is a fun challenge to do. You're very powerful.
Yeah,
the bosses
you're
are
killing
all very
bosses in
easy.
what, 2 shots?
Yeah,
two
or
or three shots early on.
Well, yeah, and you have my reflection, so the tier will come back too.
Yeah,
ludicrous. And you don't get item rooms in this, but you still have shops and stuff, so you can still get more damage.
And shops shops are going to be the things you're going to want more because that pool tends towards utility items.
Yes, which are going to help you defensively.
This is another really cool. The challenges are like I've been very happy. Like because you only ever do the challenges once usually. I don't ever go back and play a challenge I've completed before.
No, but I've been doing it a little bit for prep for this, and that's been fun. It's been fun to revisit these things that were just kind of assumed. And I also, I've said this before, I didn't really do very many of the challenges that came with Repentance. I was so excited by the other new content. I'm really looking forward to digging into those. Like,
same.
Some
I
of
have
these
not played any of them.
Some of these I've just kind of touched before we record about them, but mostly I just read about them and remember. Those I'm going to actually complete because I need to complete them anyway. Or need to. They're on my list anyway. So
reward for this is great. It's Swallowed Penny.
Very, very good.
What if, which answers the question, what if Inspector Gadget's niece had been featured in my Vor content?
Yeah.
Not porn. Not porn.
No. Non-sexual Vor. She goes down there and gets a job.
Right? Yeah. Just opens a little newspaper
it's about,
stand.
it's about
most of the way down the esophagus.
New City. Yeah. It's like a different world. The Cosby Show spinoff. Except about Inspector Gadget's niece
being swallowed by a giant
stomach.
man.
Yeah, takes place in her stomach. She lives, laughs, and loves. She becomes a woman. She becomes a better woman, and then eventually becomes a dead woman.
She becomes the Mimivora for a while.
Yes, a little bit. She is the Mimivora. It's a little bit of a twist. Through conservation of detail, you can see it coming.
Yeah, there's just not that many named characters still kind of hanging out there.
Yeah, that in your stomach. It's the problem with it. Like Brain's down there, but at this point, he's lost his intelligence. He's just a dog now.
Uh huh.
I don't know what happened to that.
It got fed to a mod, dude.
Yeah, well, it just
to
he came out
save her,
as
to save her
form.
life.
Yeah, it was a beautiful sacrifice. It's
Well,
but
I mean,
very few
God.
people got that DLC
Gary, have you ever asked yourself why Inspector Gadget needs so many prosthetics?
from the Maw.
So Penny died in birth. She was born stillborn. And Inspector Gadget was forced to make several trades with the Maw to go back in time to save her life.
Oh.
Including his intelligence.
Yes, and that's why he's such an idiot. And then the Maw is a kind of a cheeky, perverse thing, gave intelligence to Brain.
And Penny.
The dog.
Penny's also very smart.
Penny's very smart, but that also, she went through the Maw a bunch of times.
Which is why she's been so bloodied, burnt.
Yep, period.
Gary, that one just happens.
No, it's not the Maw. They didn't let me go into that version of sex ed, so I don't.
No, we had to go into the one. They segregate that one out. You just learned about how to deal with
entirely
boners.
why my dick bleeds. Like it was all just about my monthly cycle.
Why my dick gently bleeds. Gary, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
Did we just create the best Torment Tides of Numenera?
No. Oh,
no,
okay.
Inspector Gadget crossover fan fiction ever created?
I think actually yes. Now that you've given enough of that rider, I was not on board when you said best.
Okay.
And then once you finish the sentence,
I was blanket not on board with best there.
Yeah, I was just like, there's no way. But no, I think you're probably right. There's probably not a lot of that. Also, one of the more alienating things we've done on the show, because not that many people have played Tides of Numenera.
Certainly, most people wouldn't immediately jump to the Maw.
No. But I'm glad you're you and you did.
Gary, no one's ever said that.
Yeah,
the first part of that.
True.
No one's ever said that.
I bet you your wife has said it at least once. I mean, suspect, but yeah.
Under coercion.
Yeah, at least once as part of a toast hostage scenario.
Toast me! Toast me!
Toast
me or Mr. Bean will dance. I really, really like that suddenly Mr. Bean has become a Charon figure.
I'm thinking of him as like because I just played Pentiment in that like Dance of Death tapestry.
Yeah,
like it shows all the people who have danced and it's lords and kings and fools and peasants, and Mr. Bean dances upon them all. It's a real equalizer. Yeah, we've all wanted to taste Gromit, see what he tastes like. That's the other equalizer.
Okay,
you ever wonder what Gromit tastes like?
How do you get to Gromit, dude?
Britishness.
Just general
Mr. Bean,
Britishness.
Wallace,
okay.
Grimmett. Yeah.
Grimmett?
Grimmett.
Oh God, no.
Not
Wallace. Oh God, Wallace built a ramshackle Rube Goldberg telepod and turned him and his dog into Gromit. Or no, Womit.
Grimmett. Yeah.
Grimmett.
Womit. Grimmett.
He's a Brundle Grom.
I just think that I wouldn't eat dog, but I might eat intelligent dog.
Oh, Gina Davis, cheese. We'll make a whole race of cheese-loving weirdos.
I hate those cartoons.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they're funny. I don't know. They don't make me laugh.
I don't want to fight you on this, man. I find them charming, but I'm not gonna I had a strong emotional reaction to that, but I think it's just the guppy energy overtaking me. I think you're fine.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Gary,
I wasn't
Gary,
trying to start a fight or anything.
I would like a little credit for resisting the urge to be myself.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm glad you didn't get mad at me for saying I didn't like something you liked. You fucking weirdo.
Sometimes when people describe me back to me, I don't sound like a good person.
If you like the show,
yeah,
and you are a good person, why not? Go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv.
One distinguishing feature of a good person is that they're frequently begging / demanding the people around them to tell them that they're a good person.
I was going to say that a distinguishing feature of a good person is that they're a patron.
Oh, that's true. And they write reviews. That's not true.
Yeah, like this one.
But from Rock Hard Alibi. Oh, no, I've done this one. Yeah, we're out of reviews. Fuck off.
Dang. Well,
let's go international.
Yeah. Don't make me try to think of another country.
I'm just doing UK.
Okay.
Retrieving in progress.
Okay.
Here's a review left on September 15th, 2022 by Kaya Katak. It slaps. I've never played Binding of Isaac in my life. This podcast is fantastic. Love it. Thanks, Kaya Katak.
Thank you, Kaya Katak. We appreciate you.
Yeah, Gary was a little bored by that.
No. I wasn't sure if you were still in the review.
Oh, no.
I was expecting to get caught out. That's why I was.
Oh, shit. No, I accidentally opened Twitter for a second, Gary. The Craven trailer is going again.
We got Craven again.
Oh, shit. Getting Craven. Oh, man.
God, when it comes to Craven, I'm craving some Craven, man.
Oh, that's a big cat.
Yeah. I'm going to watch the shit out of that movie. I still haven't seen Morbius, but I am the world's biggest defender of Venom 1 and 2, so I will at some point. The extended Spider-Verse. I am into those shitty sub-Blade Trinity movies.
Oh, shit. The lion bled into him, and now he's Craven.
That's how he became the hunter? Well, heroes are made, not born.
He's an anti-hero, though.
Or what is that? Well, one of them's the tagline for the movie.
Oh.
What does it say? It's something like something is made, not born.
Because Craven's not a good guy, man.
No. Well, it's up and down.
I more often than not.
Yes, more often than not. But he's like a noble villain.
One of the most nihilist, I beat up and killed Spider-Man and then killed myself. Yeah, gotcha, asshole.
Gotcha. Come here, Mr. Bean.
Dance for me, Bean.
Dance, Bean, dance.
You're going over the top, and I know that's a Blackadder reference.
Come here, you transphobic motherfucker. Give me a dance.
LaFasa.
Man, I pulled the plug too hard on the horny LaFasa thing at one point. On an Abject Suffering. I think that Cole just brought it. Is just like, what did Antonio LaFasa to this? And I just reflexively yeah, it'd be really fucking hot. And he was just like, yeah. And then just gave me a courtesy yeah, and then just moved on. But yeah, I didn't keep my powder dry on that one.
Nope. You got Guppy stink gets on everything.
Yeah, it 100% does. Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the Binding of Isaac podcast that covers every chapter in the Binding of Isaac series of video games, including Peter Francis Tracy's Chapter 11. My name is Gary Butterfield, and with me, as always, is a man who's been working in the coal mines going downtown, Will Hughes.
They don't go downtown.
What do they do?
Down.
Down.
Yes.
Going downtown,
they've been undermining all the buildings.
Yeah, it's a Centralia documentary that took the place of a famous old timey song.
Gary, isn't it fun when a fire never stops?
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I love a surreal Dungeons and Dragons-esque real life thing. It's part of the reason why I'm so ridiculously obsessed with Chernobyl stuff.
Yeah.
Like the idea of there just being a room that kills you if you're in it feels like cool Magic D&D shit.
Yeah, like just a fun reminder that the habitable part of the universe is a thin, mile-wide layer of oxygen surrounded by death on all sides.
Death on all sides. And that we keep taking parts of that and making it unlivable.
Yeah.
We got so little of it, and we just keep making surreal monster spaces that will kill you. It's incredible.
Yeah, I'm proud of us.
We really, I was thinking about running a D&D game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'll have time, but I've got a bunch of the books just to read them for fluff, and I've been having the itch a little bit. So I bought the player's guidebook for D&D, and I was reading it, and I was reading the race stuff about humans, and they're talking about how industrious and like productive they are.
And that's why we get an extra feet or whatever.
Yeah. And I was just like, man, that's a kind way to put.
Yeah, it's nice.
With the march of human progress. Like that's a very positive lens.
They really affect their environment.
Yeah, they really do, And they see there's like a whole bunch of stuff about how they see what they want and they take it. And I'm like, yeah, they do. They certainly do.
I wish there was a video game franchise about humans' relationships with nuclear weapons and other weapons of mass destruction. Oh, wait, I'm talking about Final Fantasy?
Something that explored the nuclear weapon, not nuclear weapons.
Well, but also, like, I was thinking about the other day, because Final Fantasy 16's coming out, is already out when people hear this. And that game explicitly is, like, about summons as WMDs.
Sure, the Game of Thrones Dragons as Nukes thing.
Yeah, which is also Final Fantasy 9 uses that too, and that's it's a running theme in that series. FF16, try that. You should try that demo if you get a spare minute because it is interesting.
I'm gonna go as far as to say in Final Fantasy 9, they really screw the fucking pooch on that theme in Final Fantasy 9
because you learn you just need them. You need to use them responsibly.
It is a game that has themes in it, and I don't think particularly uses that many of them well. Mm-hmm. Some of them they do okay, but there's a lot of stuff going on in that game, and a lot of it is pretty fumbled.
Like the ultimate, in some ways, the ultimate nuke is limit breaks.
Yes,
there is that's how Centralia was actually started. Was a miner break? A miner got real mad.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on a sign and bring it to Oppenheimer premieres.
I have become Kuja, Destroyer of Worlds.
Yeah. And then you can stand behind me with a sign that says "Remember Kuja."
And then I have another sign that says "Power up Kina's frog drop by catching more frogs in the mini game." Play Chocobo hot and cold.
Even for games I like in the series, there's very few things that fill me with a disgusting exhaustion. As much as just referring to things from the Final Fantasy series that are like that. Like even when, again, I like Final Fantasy 9. Like if I were judging on a pass fail, it's one of the ones I like. But man, just like, frog catching, like just visceral reaction. Like it's the same thing as if you were just like, hey man, think about kissing your dad a lot.
And kiss your dad square on the lips, you're saying?
Yeah. Like a lot. And that's the same reaction, frog catching and
Gary, I gotta take a quick pause. Because I was just unfair to you.
Oh, because of kissing your dad on the lips?
Kiss your dad square on the lips is the sign off of my brother and me.
Is it seriously?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because it's a weird, uncomfortable
It's because they do that all the time?
No, it's because it's a weird thing to think about.
Well, they do it, though. That family is too close to their father.
I don't know if you're
they're just saying that as advice because they love their dad.
Gary, is that true? Or do they have a comic sensibility quite close to yours that you would actually really enjoy? Were you able to overcome some stuff?
But also they like their dad a lot.
They also do like they have a really good
They really enjoy their father and kissing him. It's weird. And all three of them try to do it at once. Like hello, and then just smack him right on his lips. Yeah. All four of those guys kiss, and then they bring their wives into it. Yeah. We're talking about the mines.
Yeah. Today. It's chapter time.
the comedy mines. It's chapter time. Chapter. I broke the habit of repeating it when you said that, and I've been doing it this session.
It's okay. I mean, we fucked it by doing the Tainted Jacob for so many episodes.
Yes, it really threw me off. Man, did we ever get around to? We did get around to. Tainted Jacob.
We did do Tainted Jacob. Okay. Yeah.
It just
might have been a mistake. It was a real easy way to end every week.
It really did make it was like we had an overflow.
Yeah.
we had the mines are a huge step up in difficulty.
They are. This is the Repentance Mother Path
Caves. Yeah,
version of the caves.
Yep. And it's really fucking tough. And the way it's tough is in a way that Isaac doesn't truck with very much. And this is hardy enemies.
Yeah. Sometimes invincible enemies, at least for a little bit.
Yeah. This is a huge DPS check. This could be your third floor or your fourth. If it's your third floor, if you have not gotten, very much DPS stuff, this floor is an absolute nightmare. Everything takes 1 million hits.
Because they're rocks.
Yep. That is the thing. Everything here is mixed with rock. This is the home of one of my favorite little variants, which is the tinted rock. How they create those two little tinted spirit heart spiders.
They're such cute little pieces of shit.
I love them. I love them so much. And yeah, just a lot of real tough enemies here. Fire and rock is the theme here.
Rock and stone.
Rock and stone, fire and blood. Yeah.
I should play some more Deep Rock Galactic. That game's always fun when I get into it.
That game is fun. Yeah.
Well, we can play it together, Gary.
Oh. Last night I was before bed. I was falling asleep and was hitting random on the TV tropes page. Because I just couldn't close my eyes yet, but I was ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And Deep Rock came up, and I read a little bit about it.
Yeah, the lore in that is nothing, which I appreciate.
Nope. Yeah, I appreciate it too. It makes it not that fun of a TV tropes read.
Although sometimes that means you get a lot of like gameplay stuff, and the gameplay,
it's a cool game.
We should play it again. Anyway,
it's a very cool game. Yeah.
This has probably the most pain in the ass part of getting the knife piece.
Oh, 100%.
Which I think we talked about it in the episode, but
yeah, for the knife piece too. The first time you do it, it's very clever.
Mm-hmm.
But then it becomes a real task.
Takes a little too long to do.
It's interesting. I'm sure I brought this up before, but it's been a million years. In Anti-Birth, it was a totally different thing.
Yes.
Yeah. There was a room with buttons, and there were little pebbles next to the buttons that told you the order to press them in.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. The one for the next set for the Mausoleum was much tougher. In
it was much more obscure. I feel like
super obscure. Like that one was tough. They got rid of that one, but they made this one harder,
more involved,
and again more involved. I don't mind that. And I can really consistently do it.
Now, me too. But it takes about 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's a time sink,
which is a long time.
You have to fully explore the floor because you have to get all the buttons. So typically if you played a bunch of Isaac, like maybe you're not doing full explorations. You're just like I'm fine. I'm ready to move on. You can't really do it.
One thing that this floor adds that I think kicks ass is throwable bombs.
I love them.
Yeah, so there will be little bomb grimaces that will just infinitely spit out red bombs that you can pick up and throw. And if you're not careful, you'll blow yourself up with them. But on the other hand, infinite bombs.
Yep. It is a way they balance a lot of the very hard enemies. They're really tricky, some of which will die instantly. So like something like the hardy enemy, which is the stone poop enemy, is take 1 million shots to kill. But a lot of times they show up in rooms with bombs. So you don't have to worry about them.
The bosses are all rock and mining themed too. Some of like we've talked about them before, but like I love Tough Twins, which incorporates that bomb throwing mechanic.
Hornfell is one of my favorite bosses in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. Great Gideon, I'm a little bored with now. It's kind of like the boss equivalent of that thing, or the knife piece thing in this. Like it just takes forever.
It does. There's no real way to cheese it to be faster.
And I've never really liked Reap Creep as a boss.
Yeah.
It's I kind of like the idea of like a counter boss, like a stationary against the back wall style boss like that. But I think he's kind of a pain in the ass to fight.
Yeah. The worst thing about this is that if you're not going for Mother, there's no real like Downpour. There's a way to gain more items out of that that can make going to Downpour a good value proposition. With the mines, there's not really a reason to go here if you're not.
The very minor advantage is getting the question mark second pedestal for your item room.
Yeah.
So you do get that like basically a reroll.
It's a very minor advantage.
It's super minor. Yeah. You're not getting an extra boss item.
Yeah. If you're just trying to get through the game, though, there's not a good reason to come here.
No. You do it once for each character. Take that path.
It is cool. Like it's themed really well. Good music.
Oh, the music's great. It sounds a lot like This Is Halloween.
It does.
From The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Bum 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 bum. Like, yeah, it's very catchy.
And of course from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, sure. Yeah, when they went and checked out with King Jack Skellington.
Yeah, and fought Oogie Boogie.
Sure.
Ran into Lock, Stock, and Barrel.
Fought all the Disney villains.
Sally was there.
Sure.
Gary, did you know that Tim Burton didn't make Nightmare Before Christmas?
He produced it, right?
I don't actually.
He had something to do with that.
He had something to do with it, but it was that's a Harry Selick joint.
Oh, yeah.
I said that the way I said that is because that's like a obnoxious film nerd 101 trivia factoid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Monkey Bone man myself.
Gary's more of a Monkey Bone fan. You're a fan of the entire Catan filmography.
Yeah, the KTU.
You love to have a night at the Roxbury.
Monkey Bone. One of the very first roles I ever saw with Giancarlo Esposito.
I thought you were going to say Whoopi Goldberg, and I was going to be
surprised. No. Whoopi Goldberg, old school. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg,
Bean
old
dances.
School.
Whoopi Goldberg, old school.
Old school. Bridget Fonda alive?
Guinan.
Rose McGowan, okay.
Guinan wise.
Brendan Fraser fun.
Guinan and Lowell friends?
Yes. Guinan and Lowell friends.
God, we're really coming up with some good crossover fan fiction this week, Gary.
Well, I just thought that you wouldn't do it. That is wise. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Miss Winfrey. The phone is broken.
The phone's broken again. Well, that's good. I didn't want to call anybody anyway. You're really quite wise, Lowell.
Put Diablo 4 on my Mac.
Yes, okay. You're the boss.
Tony Dan's a boss.
Tony
Wait, Judith
well,
Light boss?
Hornfeld boss.
Oh.
Terrible boss.
Cornfeld
Jennifer
boss?
Aniston, terrible boss. Charlie Day, terrible boss.
No, he's not one of the bosses in that, Gary.
Oh. Who are the bosses?
Was
I right? Aniston. One of them was Jennifer Aniston?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
She is Charlie Day's boss. He's a dental assistant. She's the dentist, and she's constantly sexually harassing him.
Oh, that sounds like a lark.
Yeah. Colin Farrell
okay.
is one of the horrible bosses, and then Gary, I can't goddamn pull the third horrible boss. I think is it Stanley Tucci?
Oh, I don't think so. That doesn't sound right.
Gary, I really wish I could have just pulled all the horrible bosses off of the top of my head. It's really
okay. Here, hold up. Redeem yourself. Tell me all the people who were at the dinner for schmucks.
I mean Paul Rudd and Steve Carell, and I think Russell Brand's in there.
I think you got it.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh,
Jessica
what happened?
just knocked over an entire keyboard.
Oh no, Jessica! Why?
Let's end the episode so I can fix this.
No, hold on, Gary. I can't end until I say who the third horrible boss is. I gotta look it up. Oh, you know what? This man is not a good boss, I would say, because he's Kevin Spacey.
Oh, he's truly one of the most horrible bosses.
Apologies to Stanley Tucci for confusing him with Kevin Spacey, although you can kind of see it.
I can kind of see it. If you like this show, I have to fix this stuff. If you like this show, go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv. And leave us a rating review.
Gary, you know what? In deference to your problem, I'm not going to read a review.
I appreciate it. It was an expensive keyboard that I'm anxious to
sure. It's probably
see if it works.
Yeah.
Still. I am a little frustrated with Jessica and a little frustrated with myself.
Are you a little frustrated with me for prolonging the episode?
No, the damage is already done. You know, I'm just anxious, but that's all in my mind. Punch kick.
That's what people keep telling me. The damage is already done.
The damage is done. Who could be mad at a tornado once it's already passed? Bassa, hot.
Fassa. Stupid show for dummies.
Real stupid show for dummies. It's a stupid week.